Hello, I'm Stuart Allen and welcome to the Ford Mustang Mach E. This car is the dual motor, so it's four-wheel drive extended range version, but there is a GT version coming next year. One of the things you'll notice about the Ford Mustang Mach E is that it's completely devoid of door handles. Instead, what you've got are these tiny buttons that you press and it pops the door open for you, and you've got like a little winglet here that you can then sort of pull open. There's also some numbers on here and you can set it up so you don't even need a key to get in. You can just pop in your PIN number to get into your car. Really cool. It's exactly the same with the rear doors. In fact, there's no winglet even for the rear doors. Just your little button to pop, which sort of pops the door open a couple of inches, and then you just use the door itself to open it out. One of the things I really like about this car is the design and the way that they've managed to make it look like a coupe, even though it's a very, very big SUV. The clever use of that black roof there really does sort of camouflage the fact that it does have quite a high back, and from a distance it really does look coupe-like. Those three-part taillights are absolutely evocative of the original Mustang. Even though this is an SUV, it's very close to the road, and that's because this area here is all about the batteries. Mustang badge, really proud. Porn star style moustache, if you like. Just really great styling, and again, synonymous.
Because electric motors are a lot smaller than traditional engines, there is storage space under the bonnet. There's 81 litres in fact, which is so big that Ford felt it advisable to include a passenger escape button. Seriously though, adding a drainage hole makes it ideal for wet sports gear, or even perhaps to make the front trunk usable as an ice bucket. In the rear of the car, there's a further 402 litres of storage space. On this particular model, you also get the hands-free electric tailgate. Just wave a foot under the centre of the rear bumper and it automatically opens for you. The Mustang Mach E comes equipped with all of the features that you would expect in a premium SUV. The model I drove also had the B&O premium sound system with 10 speakers, including a massive dashboard soundbar. Because of that high roofline that I talked about earlier, there's plenty of room in the back for 3 adults, and without a transmission tunnel, no problem with where to put your feet either. The centre of the console is dominated by this 15.5-inch infotainment system. It's really intuitive, which makes it simple to use. The Mach E has 3 drive modes: active, whisper, and untamed. And you can select between these either before setting off on a journey, or you can actually transition between modes as you're driving along. Just listen to how quiet that is when you're just setting off. I've absolutely fallen in love with this Mustang Mach E's one pedal mode. And what one pedal mode means is you hardly ever touch the brake. Simply by pulling back on the accelerator, the car slows down, and while it's doing that, it's regenerating energy back into the batteries. So around town, it's just a really great way of driving, because you're not constantly moving your foot from accelerator to brake. there we go. Just stopped at a set of traffic lights, haven't touched the brakes. An auto brake has gone on to hold me here, so even if I'm on a slope, it'll still hold me. And as soon as those lights go green, I'm away again. This is currently the top of the range Mustang Mach E. It's the dual motor, so it's 4-wheel drive, extended range, got the larger battery, and the range is assessed at 335 miles, which is a bloody long way. So again, just coming up to some traffic, foot off the accelerator, no need to brake. I've got this car in untamed driving mode. We've got 3 modes: active, whisper, and untamed. In the USA, I think they call it unbridled. I've also got the propulsion sound on, and in untamed, that means you get the whoosh coming through the speaker system, which just adds to the drama of the experience. When you drive one of these, you don't need one of those. This is a pure electric vehicle, plug-in, charge it at home overnight, and you're ready to go again the next day. This is my first time driving a pure electric vehicle, and I'll be quite honest with you, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not. The reality is, I absolutely love it. It is fantastic. This is Ford's first dedicated electric vehicle, and calling it a Mustang has certainly caused a stir amongst the purists. But why wouldn't you use your brand's best asset? And why wouldn't you build an SUV, which is by far the most popular type of car that people are buying? So it just makes absolute sense, in my mind, for Ford to have called this the Mustang and to make it an SUV. I'm going south on the A449, and I'm just coming to the end of the 50-mile-an-hour limit. So let's see how quickly this thing can pump up from 50 to 70. Really was as quick as that. This thing's quick. What's really scary is you can now buy the GT version, and that'll do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. This thing's already scarily quick. That is going to be a complete beast. I'm hoping next year, maybe Hills Ford will lend me a GT for the weekend. This Mustang Mach E is just a great place to be. Superb driving position. It's an absolutely awesome SUV. Even the traffic lights love the Ford Mustang Mach E. Or maybe not. As I had the Mach E over the weekend but didn't plan on going particularly far, there was going to be no need for me to recharge. But I thought I can't do an EV review without looking at the issue of recharging and the experience of recharging. So on the Saturday afternoon, I took the Mach E to my local Tesco's. I had to download an app, which I did. I then had to register on the app, which I did, all of which only took me a few minutes, and a couple of minutes after that. We were there for 40 minutes and took the Mach E back up to about 180 miles of range. When I dropped the car back at the garage, it still had well in excess of 100 miles. When you haven't done something before, it can appear to be a little bit daunting or a little bit onerous. I can honestly say that the process was as simple as going to the garage and filling a tank up with petrol or diesel. If somebody had said to me even 5 years ago you'd be happy in an EV, I'd have laughed at them. But you know what? I was wrong. I absolutely love this car.